have a Bible on your phone, turn to Joshua chapter 6, verse 1. Joshua chapter 6, verse 1. If you don't got it, it's all good, because I'll talk you through it. Okay, but this is what it says. Now the gates of Jericho were securely barred because of the Israelites. No one went out of the city, no one came in. Then the Lord said to Joshua, see, I have delivered Jericho into your hands, along with its king, its fighting men. March around the city once with all the armed men. Do this for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry 7 trumpets of ram's horn in front of the ark. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times with the priest blowing the trumpet. When you hear the sound of a long blast from the trumpets, have the whole army give a loud shout. Then the wall of the city will collapse, the army will go in, and you will defeat them. Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
Pretty simple story, correct?
Yes, sir.
Pretty simple instructions. There's a city. It has a huge wall. Because of this wall, they are not afraid of any army, because they feel like they're impenetrable. Nobody can get in, and when they see an enemy coming, they close the gate. Nobody goes in, nobody goes out. Everybody with me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so they said this wall was so thick and so big that 7 chariots could race around the lining of the wall. That's how thick it was. Okay, and the instructions were to march around the city once for 6 straight days. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times, then scream. Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
Pretty simple instructions. Now, when you're reading the Bible, sometimes you can read a story and you can make it seem far off and distant, but the reality is these were people, okay? These were people who were prisoners, okay? They were set free by Pharaoh. And then when they were set free, they just began to walk. They crossed the Red Sea, they crossed deserts, they fought all kind of people. So they knew how to fight. They became warriors because they were walking and got strong. But this battle was different because God was telling them, you don't have to fight this time. All you got to do is follow the instruction. Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
And the instruction would seem honestly kind of stupid. Okay? If you're used to fighting, the Bible says that they marched around, they defeated the Amorites. They defeated the Canaanites and all those other ites that are in the Bible. Parasites, all of them. They walked around destroying people and kept moving forward. So imagine as they approached Jericho. This is what I love to do when I read the Bible, is I love to put myself in the people's shoes. So we're going to think about it from both sides. We're going to think about it, the warriors from Jericho, because once they see the army coming, they shut the gate, then they're ready to fight. They're on top of the wall. So you would imagine that a battle's about to take place, but all they're doing is walking. So imagine you're sitting on top of the wall, you got your bow drawn, you're ready to fight, and they're just walking. What would you say to your boy? What would you say to your boys next to you? You ready to fight? It's a game. What would you say to Jeremy? Man, these fools tripping. They crazy. I thought we were going to fight. All they're doing is walking around our wall. Okay? Now from the opposite end of it, if you're an Israelite, okay, not only are you walking with the army, but the Bible says that it was over 1 million of them. So they had wives. They had children. Okay, I don't know about you coaches, but as soon as I get home, every single day, my wife asks me, hey babe, how was your day? And I'm usually tired, I'm gassed, I'm like, it was straight, it was good. But as you grow up, you have relationships, you'll learn that women like communication. They like to talk. They like details. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so after I say it was a good day, it was straight, she was like, oh really, what'd you do? Where'd you go? How was it? Who was there? Stuff like that. Everybody understand? Okay,
Not too much.
Imagine this. You are in a military fight. You're marching around the wall. Say this is the wall, this podium. Okay? We march around the wall for 6 straight days, one time. Then we go to the crib. Hey baby, how's your day? What'd you do? We walked around the wall. Day 2. You do the same thing. Hey baby, how's your day? What'd you do? We walked around the wall. It would seem pretty stupid, correct? It would seem pretty stupid, correct?
Yes, sir.
But that was the instruction. That's all you had to do, was march around the wall. March around the wall. Okay? But when you're coaching this game, you run into players. Players sometimes think they got it all figured out. Players got that swag. Anybody got that swag in here? It's all good. Be confident. Be confident in who you are. But you have to learn how to put your swag and make it fit with your team. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
So, we marched around the wall. 6 days. On the 7th day, we marched around the wall 7 times. Okay? So, as they're doing all these things, I would be thinking to myself, honestly, our leader's tripping. Joshua done lost it. Coach Morris, man, man, we just walking out here. Okay? So, quarterback, come here, QB. Okay? Let him up. Okay? So I did some research on your coach. Coach Morris, I hope you don't mind. You're easy to find on Google. Okay? You're the man. So, Coach Morris, Cliff Kingsbury says about you. Cliff Kingsbury is the head coach at Texas Tech. That Coach Morris is one of the brightest minds, brightest offensive mind in college football. Okay? I'll give that a clap. All right. Lincoln Riley, head coach at OU. Almost made it to the championship last year. Said UIW just found a good one. He is an accomplished player and has become an outstanding coach. Give him a clap. Blake Anderson, Arkansas. Morris is an interactive mind with tremendous energy. This is what all the coaches around the nation are saying about your coach. Okay? So I'm sure that the offense is rolling. I'm sure we in the spread, something like it. Choking that thing around, all kind of plays, right? So what's the most difficult play call that you give to your quarterback? Give me like the longest one. Is there any long ones? Not wording it all? Give me a short call.
Ace 92.
Ace 92. What's Ace 92?
The 2x2 formation.
Doubles.
Yeah.
All right?
Both outside, I guess, the outs, and there's a mesh.
Perfect. What do you do on that play? What are you looking for?
Free access on one of the outs. Progresses and mesh.
Okay. Now, what's the easiest play? What's the inside zone? What's the inside zone?
Right sleeve.
Right sleeve. So right sleeve, and then what's the other one?
It's just rice or leaf.
Rice or leaf.
Yes, rice.
Beautiful. Rice. That's pretty. I could have played offense for you, coach. A lot of these offensive calls make you have a heart attack. Okay, so it's rice or leaf, and then what's the pass play?
92.
92. All right. So let's say you're in a game. We got New Mexico, correct?
Sir.
September 1st.
Yes, sir.
New Mexico, September 1st. Y'all boys ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you boys ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I like it. You play defense, don't you? You know it? Already. I can tell. So, we got New Mexico. Okay, we're on the field. We got the game plan all designed. Let's say they got weak DBs, weak linebackers. They can't get into coverage. Okay, we're going to throw the ball. We're going to throw it. We're going to light the scoreboard up. Okay, we're going to embarrass them. But then the day we get to the game, you're checking for the play, and coach just says, Rice. Rice is the run. Turn that phone off, quick. Rice. First down. Second down. Rice. Third down. Fourth down. Everybody. First down.
Rice.
Second down.
Rice.
Third down.
Rice.
3 and out. Okay? It doesn't work. Okay? We get back on the field. First down.
Rice.
Second down.
Rice.
Third down.
Rice.
Doesn't work. We got to punt. Where my receivers at? You pretty mad, huh? They like the ball, coach?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know they do. Just about as much as I hate quarterbacks, like receivers is like right there. And then it's DBs. Y'all DBs get on my nerves. It's all good. Okay? So that's series number 2. Series number 3. Here we go. First down.
Rice.
Wake up. Second down.
Rice.
Third down.
Rice.
Didn't work out. We got a pump. Okay? Fourth series. Here it is. First down.
Rice.
Somebody's mad. My receiver's like, come on, coach, give me the ball. Second down.
Rice.
Third down.
Rice.
Be out of there. Okay, so now we go back to the basics. We get back to the details. We're talking about a brilliant mind in college football. And we've had 4 series. 4 series of rice. No butter. No sugar. Just rice. I'm a big boy. I like to eat. You got to put some flavor in this rice. Everybody understand? Okay, 5th series, the same thing. 6th series, the same thing. But now we get to the 7th series and things start to change a little bit. Everybody say believe.
Believe.
Everybody say believe.
Believe.
Because if you believe in something, you'll ride with it. Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but when stuff starts to get tough and it's not working out, people start to point fingers and complain a little bit. So if you had to ask somebody in here, like, don't feel bad, it's just a demonstration. But who's the complainer in the room? Who's the guy? Let him come here, man. Got you. Come here, come on. It's all right. Come on. All right, what's up, man? Good? Stand over there. Good. All right. So Rice didn't work. Rice, what position you play? I got a little eligibility left, coach. Okay, so Rice didn't work out. Let's say he played offense. Let's say he played guard. Okay? And we're coming back to the huddle every time. Quarterback keeps saying Rice. What do you think this big man will start to say?
Let's get it.
Little discord, right? Hey man, just call it from the field. Forget what coach, he don't know what he's talking about. He brilliant mind, my tail, he don't got it. Call it from the field, QB. Okay? So that little bit of discord starts to affect the 11, doesn't it? You guys have been there before, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we've all played football. And there's always that one guy who's like, man, this is whack. And it's usually when you're getting drilled. Because if you're winning, sometimes that complainer becomes a front runner. He's jumping up, he's excited, yeah, let's get it. But as soon as things start to go south, man, this is whack. We got to do something else. We got to change it up. Everybody understand me?
Yes, sir.
Everybody with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can sit down, QB. You pretty, man. So, if this is my complainer, and I'm not capping. Where you from? Oh, man, funky town. Good. Okay, so, if we had to match this complainer with his opposite, it would be somebody that's all about the team, somebody that's ready to lead, somebody that's ready to jump in front. No matter the situation, no matter the score. Who's that guy in here? Who's that guy? Who? Right here? I want you. Come here. I want you. So when I came in this morning, Malik was the first player I saw. So while y'all were still in bed, Malik was up here getting it. Okay, so Malik had a gospel song on. He was walking through the hallway singing. So I know he's got a little bit of juice, and I'm gonna have to use him in a minute. But I'm gonna need some people to help him out as well. Everybody got it? Jones, come up here, help me out. Good. Jones. So, do I got the strength coach yet? No.
Watson's gonna fill in for you.
All right, Coach Watson. Good. So, you guys can do it for me. It's all good. What's the absolute worst workout that you guys got to do during summer strength and conditioning? 300. So I heard 300. We're gonna route. I like midnight maneuver. But we're gonna stay with 300. What's it called? 300 what?
300 meter run.
300 meter run. How many do you run? All right. Here we go. So we got a 300 meter run, and we usually run about 10 of them. Okay, but it has a purpose, correct? Okay, so let's imagine the strength coach comes in and says, today we're just gonna run one 300 meter run, 300 meter run, just one. Okay, you'd be pretty happy, right? Okay, come back on Tuesday, got one. Wednesday, got one. And then what about he popped up the next day? Hey, y'all got 7 today. What's the complainer gonna say? Huh? Talk to me now. What's he gonna say? You good? This is whack, man. You crazy. You tripping. Okay, but I hope I got that guy on the team that's gonna be like, man, we got this. There we go. Turn him up real quick. So the complainer has to have somebody that can shut that stuff down. Everybody understand? Okay? You guys don't know how hard it is sometimes when you are coaching. Okay? Because like I said, I've been exactly where you are, and I've been where these guys are. Let me say these guys, because I'm not there yet. I'm working my way here. Okay? But when you have guys that don't believe, when you got guys that get scored on one time, like you can be up. You can be 14-7. And sometimes you get kids that come to the sideline like, man, like the world is over after one touchdown. Okay, you have to have a guy that can match the complaint. Everybody understand? Okay, so march around the wall 6 times. Simple. Don't run the 300 one time. one time, 7 times, it becomes difficult, okay? But after the 7th time they walked around, they were told to shout. Everybody was told to scream. When you hear the loud trumpet blow, you are told to scream as loud as possible. Jonesy, you with me?
Yes, sir.
Jonesy, you love me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've known Jones since he was a sophomore in high school. Great kid. Comes from a great family. Hard-working kid. Wish we had more like him. Okay? Jonesy, when I count to 3, you are going to scream as loud as you can. Jonesy, with me? I saw Jones this morning. He came into the office. I asked Jones if he loved me. I tell my players I love them all the time. And that's not whack. That ain't nothing soft. I love my guys. Absolutely. I'll do anything for them. I know Jonesy loves me. So when I count to 3, Jonesy, I need you to let it go. Let it loose. Not Super Saiyan level 1. Like level 4 where the hair turns blue. You with me? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Check it out. So, march around the wall 7 times. Once you get there 7 times, you gotta yell. So you already got the complainer that's like, man, this is whack. This is stupid. Okay? So when you're walking around the wall and the complainer's talking the whole time, he gets into the ear of everyone else. So on the sound of the trumpet, everybody was supposed to yell, but only Jones did it. Did it have any effect? No. Rest of the O-line, come up here, quick. Rest of the O-line. If you are an O-lineman, I need you up here right now. Quick. Quicker than that.
Jeremiah.
Stick and move.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't see.
I know.
All right. So you might not have to do it for me, but y'all love Jones, don't y'all? Y'all love Jones, don't y'all? Okay. Jones loves me, so y'all gonna work for me. Everybody got it? On the count of 3, I want you to yell as loud as possible. Everybody got it? Yes, sir. Everybody with me?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3. So, you can tell the difference between Jones by himself and then the rest of the line. Now everybody stand up. Everybody, coaches included. Coaches, you with me? Get up. All right.
Jeremiah, get over here. Get up here. Sorry. No.
Now the instruction was, listen. Now the instruction was, march around the wall 1 time for 6 days. March around the wall 7 times on the 7th day. And on the sound of the trumpet, everybody screams. Coach Morris, you with me? You got that bass? This is the 7th time. On 3, it's the trumpet. On 3, Soraya, Jeremiah, y'all with me?
Yes. Can we come with
Here we
you?
go. 1, 2, 3. Good. So if we're talking about 100%, I think that was like a 60, right? Some people are real cool. Some people got that swag and they won't let it go. Okay? But if you don't let go, the wall doesn't come down. Everybody understand? If you don't let go, the wall does not come down. So on 3, with everything you got, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Sit down.
You're going to sit on my head.
Oh man, that hurt my throat.
Ready? Are you ready? Here we go. So listen. One guy. It started with one guy. Everybody say believe. Believe. Everybody say believe.
Believe.
It started with one guy. One guy who just had to do it by himself. Okay? Then it became a group of about 10. Then it turned into the whole room of people who just believe. Okay? Coach Morris, I love college football, man. I love it. I love to watch it. Okay, I rarely get to because I'm at work on Saturdays. But last year something amazing happened. Like at the beginning of the season, there was a team who was called down to Louisiana for a tune-up game. Okay? They even got paid almost $1 million to go play the game. Anybody know where Temple's at? Yep. Tiny little school. They had to go play LSU. Everybody knows where LSU is, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, pretty sure. So Temple gets called into LSU. They get paid, and they think they're about to tune up. LSU thinks they're about to tune them up. Okay? But as this game began, first quarter, thank you, coach. First quarter, Temple's running the table. Second quarter, it gets worse. Third quarter, by the third quarter, the announcers are like, man, somebody at LSU is going to get fired. Everybody understand? Okay, you called this team down from nowhere. You paid them $1 million, and they're in your place on homecoming, whipping your tail. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Now everybody say believe.
Believe.
Okay? You guys got to go play in New Mexico, September 1st. And one of my own is at New Mexico. He's a dude, Bryson Carroll. Okay, he was our quarterback for 4 years. Okay? Great kid. And he's a worker. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay? So if I'm them and I'm thinking, man, UIW just got a new coaching staff. Okay, I know they had to recruit some new players, get rid of some old guys. We finna tune them up. That's what they're thinking of you. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
After that, North Texas, September 8th. After that, SFA, September 15th. So you have work to do. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes it's not about the best recruited guy, the best looking guy. Coach Neeson said a minute ago, I don't look like much. I think I look great. Okay? I think I look like 6'5", 250. I don't care what you say. Okay? But the reality is I learned something at junior college. So when I got to junior college at Cisco, I was 8th on the depth chart at nose guard. 8th. He had recruited like 200 kids because he knew once people pulled up and saw Cisco, they were going to bounce. Okay? So we started practicing, and all these guys that are ahead of me on the depth chart, I'm like, I'm better than them. I don't care if they're bigger. They're usually not stronger because I'm a pretty strong dude. Okay? They might be faster, but they don't got that dog in them. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Does everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
They don't got that freaking heart. That heart that says, I don't care how big you are. I don't care how fast you run. When the ball is snapped, you're mine. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
And that comes with a little bit of work. So if you were grinding this summer, okay, if you were in that freaking weight room, if you were running that 300, it doesn't matter who you line up against. Once the ball is snapped, you got to get after that freaking tail. Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
It's about heart. This game, I love it because you can measure how tall you are. You can measure how much you weigh. You can measure how much you bench. You can measure how high you jump. But you can't measure what's in my freaking chest. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
And if you love the game the way I love it, you'll learn to play for your brothers. You'll learn to say it's not just my play to make, but I'm going to do my freaking job. I'm going to hold tight in the A gap. If it bounces my way, it's mine. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
So everybody has a responsibility to do their job for the betterment of the team. Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
So when you go down to New Mexico and the lights are on and the stadium's lit and they're thinking it's a tune-up, you better handle up. Okay? I'm going to be rooting for Bryson Carroll. Okay? I'm going to be rooting for Jeremy Jones. Where's the cat from Lee? Are you from Lee? There's another one, and there's a D tackle from Lee. Is he gone already? Quarterback from Lee. Who else is from San Antonio? Okay? A bunch of San Antonio kids in here. I don't know everybody, but some of you guys, I know your name just from being around the area. So you better freaking represent. I would have killed for this opportunity. I would have killed for an opportunity to play football where my parents could see me. My mom got to see me play football 3 times when I was in college. Okay, twice of them were at Cisco. She's a hard-working lady. Came to Oklahoma 1 time. Nowhere Oklahoma. Everybody understand? So if you're in your house, if you're in your backyard, you better freaking rep. And if you're away from your house and they can't see you, you better rep for the name that's on your back. Everybody understand? Show up for your family. Okay? So, say believe one more time.
Believe.
Say believe.
Believe.
Okay, when we were yelling, I told you guys, if you don't believe, if you don't sell out, the wall doesn't come down. The wall does not come down if you don't believe. Okay? Sometimes the wall is internal. Okay? Who's over the 300 club? 300 club, get your hand up. If you're over 3 bills. Okay? Sometimes when you're running, if you're over 265, get your hand up. Sometimes when you're running that 300, you get that little pain in your gut, like right here. Anybody ever had it? Like it's like just right under your titty, like right in your rib. Okay? And when you're coming around the corner, it's like it's a wall. It's a wall. And you have a choice to make. You have a choice to slow it down a notch or push through that thing. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
That's some of our walls. Some of our walls are emotional. Some of you go home and you don't have a dad. That's just real. Okay, you don't have that father figure. You don't have the guy that can look up to you and tell you, hey, this is how you treat a woman. This is how you get a job. This is how you respect elders. This is how you look a man in the eye and shake his hand. Not everybody has that, but you have it in your coaches. Everybody understand? Okay, my prayer for you guys is that you not just learn a football game, but that you learn how to be men. My prayer for you coaches is that you teach them how to be men. Everybody understand? Because society says that you can't do it. You can't look me in the eye. You can't stand up straight. You can't walk tall. But I'm telling you that this game teaches you how to do it. Everybody understand? So say believe. Believe. Say believe. Believe. When you believe, the wall will come down. Okay? I don't know what you're expecting from your season, Coach Morris, but I believe in you. I believe you. I believe in this dude right here. Okay? I know him. I've read you up. I've looked on Google. They say you the dog. I hope it happens. But this guy right here, I've been through hell with him. And back. Everybody understand? And it's not just about football. It's not. I wish I could tell you some stories. It ain't about just football. When I was away at Oklahoma, it's culture shock. It ain't a lot of people that look like Darnell Barnes. Everybody got that. But this guy loved me. Okay, taught me how to be a man. Everybody understand that? Okay, so now I get to help him out in a way where I get to speak to his team, but I hope you get a lesson from him that's not just about a pigskin with stripes on it. Everybody understand? So when you believe, not only in your team, but in something bigger than you, great things can happen. Come here, son. Come here, son. So,
Brother Jeremiah.
my son's name is Jeremiah Anthony Barnes, okay? His middle name is my stepfather's name, okay? Because my stepfather raised me, okay? So, we call him Jab. Everybody say, what's up, Jab?
What's up, Jab?
Say, what's up, man? So, when you believe in something bigger than yourself, powerful things can happen. Powerful things can happen. I told you guys before, I'm a Christian, okay? I'm not here to persuade you to be Christians, okay? That's not my job. I don't think that's the job of any preacher. I'm being honest. I think my job is to live it. My job is to live it. My job is to make it look attractive. Everybody understand that? Yes, so if you ain't never read a Bible, okay, and you see me live my life every day, I hope at some point you walk up and say, man, what's different about you, Coach? What is it? What's that thing about you that's different? Then I can share with you. Then I can tell you about it. It's not my job to stand over you. You going to hell, boy. That's not my job, okay? Because I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. And nobody else on this earth does either. God judges you. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
So, if I'm making this thing look attractive every single day, it's the same thing that crosses over into football. You go out, Walmart, you go to a party, wherever you're at, and you got that UIW across your chest, you better make it look good. That means I can't be hitting women. That means I ain't smoking no drugs. That means I'm not doing anything to make this guy, or this program look like crap. Everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
So say believe.
Believe.
I told you guys I didn't have a real relationship with God until I had my daughter. Okay, so my biological father didn't raise me. Okay, I heard he was a heck of a football player. Okay, that really means nothing to me. Okay, because he didn't teach me how to play the game. I learned it in the neighborhood. Everybody got that. I'm from the Glen. I'm from Camelot too. Anybody in San Antonio know where that's at?
Yes, sir.
A little bit hood, a little bit, just a little bit. Not a whole lot, okay? But living in those areas and with those people, we developed a brotherhood, just like football. So I'm in the hospital in Ada, Oklahoma. Come here, baby. She looks just like me, don't she? But just like way prettier, okay? So it's January 1st, and 12:15 a.m. she's arrived, okay? I'm sitting, I'm holding her, and I'm crying. I'm bawling. I can cry just thinking about it right now. Because I didn't understand how a man who fathers a child wouldn't stay there with him. Because this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I would literally die for her. I'll jump in front of a truck. I'll jump in front of a bullet. I'll do whatever it takes to see this little girl happy. She spends a lot of my money. Okay? This one too. Okay? Never mind. I was sitting there and I was like, man, I don't understand this. I've only known her for 15 minutes, but I'll die for her. Like, without a doubt. I don't care what happens. I don't care who it is. They will take an L if it comes to my daughter. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, like I told you before, when you're reading the Bible, you have to make the relationship personal. Okay, you have to put yourself in the shoes of the person that you're reading about. Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the Bible says that God's love for us was so great that he sent his son to die. Okay, so now you have to put yourself in place of the son. This is my son. He doesn't know a single one of you in here, maybe except Jones. And he's going to die for you. Whatever mistake you make, whatever wrong you commit, it's covered if you accept it. Okay? Put yourself in those shoes. Put yourself there. Would you die for complete strangers? Would you lay? I already told you. I know you have somebody in your life, mom, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, somebody that you would lay your life down for. But now I'm asking you to lay your life down for a complete stranger. Somebody that may never in their lifetime ever acknowledge you. Would you be able to do it? Be honest. Probably not. Okay? Now put yourself in the shoes of the Father. Because I'm not going to die. But that dude is. He's going to be crushed, whipped, beat, strung up, so that you can have life. Everybody understand that?
Sir.
So we're talking about believe. Everybody say believe.
Believe.
Good job, boy. Okay? So you have to believe in something bigger than you. And I'm not telling you to have my faith. I'm not telling you to be Christians. Okay? I hope that you do. One day in your life. I hope that somebody makes it attractive enough that you just research it a little bit. But the reality is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, someone died for you. That's a reality. That's a fact. It's proven. Okay? He was strung up, he was beat, and then he rose. Okay? So, without a shadow of a doubt, you have somebody that cares for you. If you don't have a mom, if you don't have a dad, you have somebody that cares for you. And there is a relationship that is real, that is absolutely real. And it may not click right now. It may be 10, 15 years down the line, you think about this conversation. But the reality is, every single one of you, every heart and beating soul in this room, you have someone that loves you. Okay? I would encourage you to learn to be selfless. Learn to sacrifice for your brothers, because the principles that are in these scriptures directly relate to football. That's the way I've seen it my whole entire life. If you are willing to sacrifice yourself, your pride, your catch for the next guy, the team will succeed. Coach Deason's first year at East Central University, where we played football at, it was my last year playing. Okay? And the guys, the new staff came in. Coach Tim McCarty, he was coming from Kansas State. He came in and relieved people of scholarships. That's what he did. He had to get rid of some guys. Okay? So as guys are coming in and having these meetings, they're walking out slumped, head, shoulders all drooped. Man, Coach, cut my scholarship. I'm going home. Coach, cut my scholarship. I'm going home. I went in to have the meeting, and my scholarship was good. But they were bringing in a bunch of freshmen. And this is my last year to play. Okay? Another thing about Coach Barnes is that I hate to freaking lose. I can't stand it. It makes me sick. If you are a real competitor, you hate to lose. Sometimes you hate losing more than you like to win. Because when you win a game, it's like, all right, we on to the next one. But when you lose a game, it's like, man, that sucks. We're better than this. It kind of sticks with you, right? It kind of lingers the rest of the week. So, when you learn to play this game the right way, you learn to sacrifice for people that are next to you. I had to play with freshmen I had to